All right, hi guys. So welcome back. We're gonna do video 10 right now, which is about how long should we really do keto for? I'm sorry, this is so blinding. I'm still in Vegas. I don't know if I'm ever getting to Philly. I don't know what the deal is. So I am still in my hotel room in Vegas and figuring out someday eventually if I'll get on a flight and head back in the right direction. But in the meantime, I'm bringing you more lives because I have the time. So a question I get often asked is how long should I be in keto for? Keto, ketogenic, ketosis, whatever you want to call it. And there's going to be a lot of people out there who are going to tell you that this is the way to live and to be on this forever and we should be doing this all the time. And all right, cool. If they've got their reasons, awesome. But my personal philosophy is this. Ketosis is a therapeutic tool. I think it's an amazing way to boost a lot of systems in your body, and that I know I personally, with the way that I live in this world, coexist in this world with carbohydrates, I work better in ketosis because the quality of the carbohydrates that we have access to very rarely are very good. So for me, I know that relying on fat-based foods, fasting, and following a fat-adapted lifestyle works well for me most of the time. So really all the time. And my philosophy is that ketosis should be a therapeutic tool that we use, first of all, to bring our body back to like factory setting, if that makes sense. Like for all of these lifestyle diseases that we have, the arthritis, the inflammation, the polycystic ovarian syndrome, the diabetes, right? All these things that we can control in our life, 80% of chronic illness is a lifestyle disease and related to inflammation and stress. Stress being not just emotional stress, but stress from food we put in our body, environmental toxin stress. Stress is stress is stress. Stress is something that puts our body into a deficit, okay? So ketosis is a great way to bring our bodies beyond those things and heal from it. So for example, most of us all start out on the exact same keto path. We have to if we want to get into ketosis. If you want to see those numbers get between, 1 to 1.5 to 2, 2.53 and beyond, we all have to go through ketosis the same way in the beginning. We have to flush out all of the accessible carbohydrate and glycogen in the liver and get our body into ketosis. So for a lot of you who are just getting going, it looks really uniform. It looks like everyone's got to be kind of lockstep and be doing this 20 carbon below or whatever it is, and it all needs to look the same. And that's true. It looks really similar for a lot of people when we first get going. But if you were to take a couple of people who have been doing keto for a long time now, 5 years, 10 years, everybody's keto experience looks really different. And it's because people's needs are different person to person. I have a great friend who has been fat adapted for a long time, and she actually can get her carbs every single day up to 50. So it's really easy for her to stay in ketosis all the time because she can get her carbs up to 50, which means she's just kind of eating a really pure, clean, natural, whole foods, very paleo diet, and carrots and, red peppers and like all that yummy stuff that we might miss in the beginning. But she's getting such a full breadth of vegetables and even being a little bit more flexible with fruit because she's been fat adapted so long that her body sees fat as its preference and understands that fat is the fuel and sugar is not. Another friend who attends the keto meetup that I run in Portland, he is a naturopathic doctor, functional medicine, and he does keto Monday through Friday. Saturday he eats whatever he wants, and Sunday he fasts. That's also really cool. His body is getting most of its energy week to week from fat. Fantastic. Some people think that people should cycle into keto the same way we talk about cleanses, meaning that just dipping into ketosis a couple of times a year, draining our body of all that excessive glucose and glycogen in our body, and being able to dip into our fat stores to release some of those ketones because they're so anti-inflammatory for the brain, anti-inflammatory for the body, that people dip into ketosis for a couple of weeks, maybe every quarter or twice a year or whatever it is. It completely depends on your health. It completely depends on what your health goals are, your weight loss, right? If maybe you use keto straight for a year, and you get down to the absolute perfect goal weight, your muscle mass is just perfect, you feel really strong, you feel really good in your body, you're sleeping, you're doing every single thing is right, your immune system's on point, and so on and so on and so on, cool. Maybe just relax a little bit and dip into ketosis a couple times a year. If you seem like your body is in such tip-top shape and you're going to be continuing to consume high-quality foods, you don't need to be in strict ketosis forever, but it's totally up to you. But you have to understand this, and this is where I think people really get frustrated. They come into this and they try to be like, well, I want to be half keto, or I want to be lazy keto, or like they're just dipping their toe in the water. The only way you're doing keto, people, is if your body's in ketosis and your blood monitor is going to tell you. And I hate to be that blunt about it, but it's not like you're going to be eating bacon and cheese and continuing your regular diet, throw in a bulletproof coffee, and all of a sudden you're ketosis. There's a lot more to it than that, right? So everybody needs to do it for real. In my experience, it's a lot easier, it's a lot less painful. Just do it for real when you get going. Commit to a couple of months of pretty strict keto so at least you can see what your body is capable of. Like, really be able to get rid of the weight that is toxic for the body, right? If you constantly feel inflamed, or you're struggling with weight issues, or you're struggling with hormone issues like I do, or you have PCOS, or anything that's related to hormones, period, or anything related to blood sugar, just go all in. And when I say go all in, don't just go all in with the food and the quality, that's super important, but also track. You need to know where your body is, and making sure that you're actually tracking your calories as well. And I know that triggers people so much, tracking calories, because it feels like it's a trip back to the 80s, but tracking calories will absolutely make sure that your keto is doing what you want it to do. Maybe your keto is going to, maybe your specific keto, you don't want to lose weight. I have people come to our keto meeting and he said, I had to stop keto because I was losing weight. Well, obviously his macros and his calories weren't set up right. If his calories were set up right, he would have known to be eating more calories to maintain his weight. Now, sometimes some people send me their macros and they want to lose weight, and their macros are all over the friggin' place. If you're trying to lose weight, you don't need to consume 250 grams of fat a day. That is a maintenance macro. That is not a weight loss macro, okay? So knowing what you're doing with the macros, whether you're trying to gain weight, maybe some guys are trying to gains, all about gains, muscle gains. If they're trying to gain, maybe they need more calories than they're eating right now if they want to maintain doing exactly how much energy they need. And if you want to lose weight, there needs to be a little bit of a deficit still, because even if you're eating keto, your body, if you put dietary fat into your body's going to use that dietary fat. So instead of using its own fat stores. So it has to be really well managed, not just from the quality of food standpoint, but also the tracking and the macros and calories and all that great stuff. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and post below in the video. You're watching right here live in the Holistically Keto Facebook group. Thank you guys so much, and feel free to submit additional questions if you have any. If you have any thoughts about how long you expect to stay on keto for yourself, please post that, because I'd really like to know as well. For me personally, I've been on keto for 9 months and I've lost 35 pounds, and I've greatly improved all of my PCOS symptoms. I'm still working. I think maybe as much as I can gauge, I'm halfway there. So I'm really pumped. I got regular cycles for the first time in basically forever, since I was 14. So that happened in 9 months. I mean, really, really awesome stuff. And dialing down my testosterone is what I'm working on right now. And keto works better for that than spirulactone. Spirulactone is a pretty nasty birth control that can create a lot of side effects. I don't have to worry about taking that hormone, and I didn't want to take, because I can use keto instead. So I'm loving my keto experience, and let me know how long you would like to be on keto, because I'm interested to have that conversation. I'll see you guys later. Bye.